Today, I'm going to be installing this radon mitigation system. I purchased this digital radon detector from Amazon to check the levels of radon in my basement before I got started. I also purchased this kit where you can mail in your samples and they'll give you the results through email, but Honey Badger ain't got time for that. So according to the internet, I have tons of radon in here because it should be about 4 picocarries or less. Jesus, I'm glad I'm still alive. So we better get this thing installed super quick here. So I'm just going to do a dry fit here to make sure everything lines up before I screw it down to the floor. Looks like the holes for the bolts line up pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and secure it down to the floor. I'll mark the floor just in case it moves a little bit during installation. I'll hold the lid off the ground a little bit with these scrap blocks of wood. That way I don't have to remove the lid just to caulk it down to the floor. As usual, I'll just be using some random silicone sealant I found in my van. I'll be using my buddy, the DeWalt SDS cordless hammer drill to drill into the concrete. These Tapcons may be a little bit long, but hey, it's what I had in the van. I thought I could just slip this gasket in there like swimwear, but kept falling into the pit, so I had to try something else. I put the bolts in through the gasket just temporarily, and then I used the silicone to secure the gasket down and hold it in place. Now that the gasket is secure in place, I can remove the bolts and set the lid. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect, just like me. It's always good to tighten down your bolts in a star pattern. And I thought we could slide this 3-inch pipe right in there, but you're going to need an adapter because it's threaded. I'm only showing you this part because it's oddly satisfying, as my kids would say. Speaking of kids, I might as well have them come down and double check my work here. Here's the adapter you're going to need for that 3-inch pipe. I like using this Blue Monster Teflon tape just because this guy is so scary. Remember to always wrap it clockwise. I mocked up some PVC pipe here just to test fit everything before I glue it together. I mark my fittings before I glue them so I line them up perfectly. I learned this on an episode of This Old House. I think they call these pock marks. So this is 3-inch cellular core PVC. I'm not sure if it's approved, but they use this stuff for plumbing, so I'm sure it's good for this. Just remember to prime your pipe and glue it really good. I found these white rubber couplings at the big green box. They're about double the price of the black ones, but they look real pretty. This is the Radon Away RP140. Make sure you got it going in the right direction. And at this point, I'm not even sure if this is the correct fan for this application, but Radon Away had some nice videos giving an explanation on which fan would be best for me. And I have about a 1,600 square foot basement with drain tile and loose gravel. So this fan was recommended for my use. This is an Army trick I learned from a guy in the Navy. I swiped some of this dish soap from the commissary and I use it to lube up these fittings so everything slides in really smooth. All right, now that we got the fan in place, it's time to plan the final escape for this radon. Looks like we got a nice clean shot right out the side of the house here. I'll mark the pipe location and then I'll drill a pilot hole so I know where to drill from the outside. Oh, that's a nice fit. When you're drilling through vinyl siding like this, always put it in reverse, Terry. Go ahead and run that thing backwards the whole time until you're all the way through. Then, once you've drilled all the way through the vinyl siding, you can put the drill in forward and drill all the way through the wood. Peekaboo. Hey, Radon, you ready to bust out of this joint? I'm going to suspend my pipe from the floor joist using this J-hook. You could tell it's a J-hook because of the way it is. Oh, almost got it. So now I'll just do my final mock-up here of my termination PVC before I glue it all together. I really like using a miter box to cut these pieces because they're a little big. That's what I call dead nuts right there. I did purchase this cord for that radon fan, but it came too late, so I ended up just using one that I found laying around my shop. And I didn't have a fitting handy, so I guess I'll have to do that after the fact. I'll show you how. It was kind of mysterious that there was no ground wire inside this fan, so I went to the directions. Sadly, I had to. And guess what? They don't give you a ground wire in there, so you just cap it off, and that's how you do it. So I better get that fitting on there before I get roasted in the comments. I'll just use one of these guys. You can put it on afterwards and just snap it into place. I'll finish up these J-hooks on every other joist and seal up around this pipe with some spray foam. This guy here is called the manometer. Kind of sounds like a carnival game, but it's not. It's to let you know if your radon fan is working properly. Make sure to let that liquid balance out before you connect everything. Okay, so I think that's everything that I needed to do on the inside here. Let's take a peek outside. So I got this pipe sticking out. Typically you'd vent it above the eave, but it's raining today, so I'll do that another time. So this thing's been installed for a week. Let's check the results here. Wow, what a difference. I mean, this is after just a few days, and it's showing less than 1 picocarry long-term average. And then about a week in here, I'm showing even less radon. So there you have it, folks. This system does work. Thanks for watching.